So you fit this with stealth components and you can stay invisible to radar up until 0.6 of a kilometre with the right components. But insurance being what it is at the moment, I'm sticking with stock everything, even on my ironclad and other ships. Even though I think the ironclad could do with a better power pack, because it's using Gatlings, and I want to swap the Gatlings out for laser repeaters. But like I said, unfortunately, the ironclad's not working at the moment. Well, it works to a certain degree. I'll try and go through a wormhole with it, and no chance. Excellent range. Can take a bit of time to get in and out of because of where the cockpit is relative to the entry points. Although from the left side, if you sat in the cockpit, it's left. There's a gantry you can hop up onto via a ladder. That's probably the quickest entry point to the ship. And spin round, because up here to my top right is the wormhole entry, or the gate, the Stargate. I like to fly listen to music, which is what I'm doing now, but I've got it in the right ear, quiet, but enough to hear it. So coming up on the wormhole. Now overlay at the wormhole hasn't been working the way it should. My workaround is to open it, drop out of quantum space into normal space, and count to 15. It seems to give the wormhole time to, make sure there's nobody behind me, time to connect to the system I'm jumping to, in this case Stanton. So after about 15 seconds I power up and jump to the wormhole. Now this is the most dangerous part of this run, but since I've got a Grimex, getting into Grimex, well, somebody shooting me will be the most dangerous part. It's been a while since I've been there now, I've forgotten what the hangars, where the hangars are. Oops, flying's got a bit crazy, so let's steer the ship down and switch to this view, it's much easier. Yeah, it looks less crazy. Spin round, because your vertical lift's the strongest one you've got, and come out here. I'm not normally that bad going through a wormhole for whatever reasons. That one was all over the place, but I made it without coming out into the wrong system. Going back to where I come from. And off we go to the Crusader system. Ooh. Thought something went wrong there. I see it's quite a trek. 50 something gillion meters, or a gillion miles, gillion miles, giga miles, whatever. Should in this screen tell you your home spawn point, it'd be useful to know where you're going to be spawning if you die, because you can forget. So it'd be useful to have it in the health screen where your home hospital is. Pardon me. Let's go into the chat. I'm not using it, but when I do, I found red some bit more visible against the background light. That's the mission I'm doing at the moment. So I picked up while my stove, and now I'm taking it to Grimex. Dear me. Somebody there is having a party, because like I said, alcohol, party favours, whatever they are, audio visual equipment, music and large screens, and souvenirs so you can remember the event. Yeah, I knew you wanted to do a DJ voice there, but I'm thinking like Terry Blackburn, Terry Wogan. I also remember Kenny Everett. That's me giving away something about my age. It's all done in the best possible taste. Right, so this is where I've been building my reputation, so I want to smidge, what's that, 20% of junior grind. Done a couple of Red Wind, done at least one of those. And normally you do those, but they aren't paying very well. I find Ling Family or the Red Hall to Pyro back, it pays well, but it also has higher risk. What was that? So the same way that you upgrade to an Ironclad when I first played that, feels like more than a year ago, whenever that was, from my C2. And I've also upgraded from the Ironclad to the Ironclad Assault, but I haven't applied that yet. I don't know when. I will apply that. Where am I? What am I doing here? Oh dear, right, okay. It's one of the mining stations. Wilco, is it? Wilco. A game loop that I'm not too keen on, and I don't tend to bother with him. I did one mission and he told me he was hungry. I thought, well, I'm not feeding you. Jesus, what does he want? I think there's 3 of these stations inside Crusader. I mean, inside Stanton. Should only be one, really. It should be a lot harder to grind for all those fancy ships he produces. Having fed him or whatever other chores he has in store for me, which I've never explored beyond the first mission. So when he says I'm hungry, after I give him the horns and a bottle of water, that was quite enough for my experience of that alien and his let's drop out since I saw my destination jump by. And here we are, the most risky part of the mission. I visit the Grimex. Should pay extra for that. So this will be interesting. It's been a good few weeks since I've been to Grimex. Now I don't have any cars to come here. Although I know at the moment it is a location to be buying a flight suit. So let's see if I can sneak in here without attracting the attention of any murder hobos. I can see a ship there, 2 ships, which is not good. They'll probably be giant ships. Hopefully they won't bother me, unless they camp in the entrance and shooting people on sight, as some of these do. Where's the cargo bay? Now I've got to find myself to where that is now. Lighting's not the best, is it, around here? So let's just fly over. So there's a large bay. So I'm hoping that when I fling round here, it's here somewhere. Excellent. Sneaking in and out without attracting any attention or anybody shooting me. That's what I call. I'm upside down, I can't tell. Let's get a bit closer. Let's say you don't mess around in Grimex. It's where the murder hobos come and they want to be in a safe system and have somewhere to stay. Let's flip this thing around and get it landed so those doors shut before anybody can come out and start shooting at me. There we go, down we are. Safely landed in Grimex. We should get those doors shut before some pirate comes around the corner and starts, ooh, look at that, an open hangar. Let's blast him. Nine-tails there, Sam. Let's drop off somebody's party materials. Whoops. obviously here, and they want a good time, and they want me to deliver drinks and party paraphernalia, including souvenirs. In the case of come next, those souvenirs might be STDs. Right. Oops. Okay, we're having now. Would you still have love for me? I'm listening to a bit of 50 Cent in my other ear. Not music I would normally listen to, but back in the days when he was doing his thing and his album was fresh, my other half is into R&B. She introduced me to him. I have quite an eclectic, that's the word I think, taste in music. From Beethoven to the Beatles, from 50 Cent to Haircut 100, from Gary Newman to Gary Barlow, Counting Crows. That's that job done. Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, bit of Meatloaf. Oh yeah. Party items delivered at Grimex. The reason to make a save point, if you can hear me, with the background noise of the hangar, is quick travel to, well, no blueprint, is quick travel back to Stanton Gateway is to simply say bye-bye to that and off you go. Fast travel back to where I want to be. I could have took a ship of course, but not today. I'm back at Stanton Gateway where you get a similar mission called Claim Your Ox, and you do the loop again over and over and over until you are got plenty of money to buy another ship, or just save it for whatever reason you might want to save it, to give it to your org or your friends in the game. Oops. So that's that game loop. What I would normally do is go here, grab another mission like that one there, do a very similar run and shake and repeat. So that's how I'm earning money at the moment. I've spent a bit as well, so well, I've earned about 3 million over the weekend, which, considering the full wipe, and the last time it took me to earn millions, I can't remember it was before there was a wipe. 3 million for a couple of days' work isn't too bad. So that's that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.